वेलकम वेलकम। मेरे ख्याल से पहली बार आप वेबिनार में आ रहे हैं, हो भाग्य। सर अनिल सर झा साहब, ही इज अनिल विशाल सिंह सर, आवर चीफ एडवाइजर ऑफ द क्लब, and he is Dr. A.K. Jha, our member, Dhanbad Kevra Club, and he is the ENTA specialist.
Very nice.
And Barbara Smith from Germany, she is our advisor. Barbara, he is Dr. A.K. Jha, ENTA specialist and a member of Dhanbad Kevra Club. And then our guest tonight, the master on the occasion of 10th Master's Class, Swarnendu Ghosh is here. Swarnendu, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. He is the master of Photoshop, and I have attended two of his workshops 4-5 years back.
Okay, stop. I have nothing to say when I may introduce him. Tell them.
Yes. You have everything with you for him. Yes. You have the complete document about him. Even I have not read it because I do not want to read it, because already the job has been given to you. And I know him much more than what he has written. And I am fortunate enough, today he will use a few of my images to show the post-processing.
Okay.
Yeah. I think around 7:10 we will start, sir. Okay, sir. Already around 22 people have come.
Maybe.
Awesome. Nice to see you with the background of Kosani.
Thank you, sir.
आपके बैकग्राउंड पे कौसानी अच्छा लग रहा है।
हाँ, ये तो आपका वर्कशॉप में ही खींचा हुआ था।
और मैं कहा आप ही का ऐसा, मेरा थोड़ी है, वर्कशॉप तो आपकी होती है।
हाँ,
लेकिन कौसानी देख के मजा आ रहा है, थोड़ा सा अच्छा खूब है। और मास्टर अनिल विशाल सिंह बैठे हैं, वो भी कुछ बताएंगे जिसके बारे में अपने को।
हाँ, हरा भरा दिख रहा है।
हाँ।
हम तो जंस्कार की यादों को लिए बैठे हैं।
जंस्कार का कोई मुकाबला नहीं है। जंस्कार का कोई मुकाबला नहीं। There is no match of Janskar anywhere. Yeah. It's a fantastic trick. Beautiful trick.
Yes, Ahmad, welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Welcome.
Hello, Barbara.
So nice to see you.
Thank you. अनिल सर नमस्कार।
नमस्कार। कैसे हैं आप?
अच्छे हैं सर।
Very nice.
হ্যাঁ, তো ইয়ে করো, ওই 1 মাস করোনার জন্য এখন আসা যাওয়াটাও তো লোকের বাড়ি বন্ধ। সেই ওই ইয়ে হয়ে গেলে ওই যেটা বললো ওটাই তোমার ভালো ধরো, একটা করে দিলে তাহলে ওর মনটাই যাবে, বাচ্চাও যেতে যাবে, 1 মাস হয়ে যাবে বাচ্চাটার বয়স।
गाया जा रहा है, कृपया अपने को म्यूट कर लें। आवाज आपके यहाँ से तो नहीं आ रहा है ना?
বাড়তে তো অনেক বেশি না ওই জন্য।
শান্তনু রয়।
ওই তো সে একদিন তোর সাথে বলছিলাম আমি যে আমাদের কি ভুলে গেছিস তা মনে আছে?
ওকে।
বলো কিছু। What? I'm not getting.
Now the sound comes from Mr. Sudeep.
কখন হলো এটা? আচ্ছা। He's muted. ক্যালকুলেট খেয়েছো? ভাই খেয়েছো?
Mr. Sudeep, please.
I know. Excuse me, please mute yourself. Someone is getting a noise from the background. বলছি ইয়ে কি বলে অক্সিজেনটা দেখো আর ইলেকট্রোলাইসিস গুলো থাকে তো বাবা থেকে ওষুধগুলো থাকে নাকি?
Or mute Mr. Sudeep.
Excuse me, sir. Host can mute them. Host can mute them. Host can mute all.
कौन है ये?
मैं अजीत जोशी बोल रहा हूँ सर।
अजय जी किसके तरफ से आवाज आ रही है?
नहीं मेरे तरफ से नहीं, जिसकी भी आवाज आ रही है उनको आप म्यूट कर सकते हैं।
बता नहीं पा रहे हैं ना कि कौन है, वही दिक्कत हो रही है।
Mr. Sudeep.
इसलिए सबको आप म्यूट कीजिए तो पता चलेगा आपको।
कौन सा देते हैं एक बार?
सबको म्यूट कर दीजिए।
सबको म्यूट कर दिया। Exactly at 7:10 we will start, sir. It is 7:06, 7:10 we will start. तब तक हम स्क्रीन शेयर कर दें। I made co-host to Anil Singh sir, Barbara Smith and Swarnendu Ghosh sir. So that anytime one can share the screen. Tina, welcome. Tina Sanyal, welcome. We can start now, sir.
जी बिल्कुल.
Yeah. Friends, today we have got our 10th master class on post processing, and our master tonight is Swarnendu Ghosh from Calcutta, and he will show us how to post process a fashion portrait and a character portrait both. Before we start, I'll request our advisor Barbara Smith from Germany to introduce our guest tonight, Swarnendu Ghosh. Over to Barbara Smith.
Namaskar. It's my honor and my pleasure to introduce the guest of this evening. Swarnendu Ghosh is associated with a well-known IT services company as a software engineer. He is a human being with an intensive taste. He keeps himself busy in giving shape to his imaginations through his camera and editing tools during the moments of leisure. He captures the subjects through the lens and then treats them with his mind's eye, compassion, love, and sentiments. He is currently working on dark surreal photography, which is a combination of dark art and surrealism. And this sentence was a point where I became completely curious, because it sounds like the opposite of what we normally hear. Normally you have something like, it is all about light, and here I hear from dark. And that is the point where everyone should become curious and want to see what this special photographer may offer to us. I saw your education, your MTech in software engineering. You have diploma in photography from National Academy of Photography and BTech in computer science in 2003. When I read this, my idea is this man knows all about technique. You can know what has to do with camera and with all programs for post-production like Photoshop or whatever it may be. So I think we can experience a lot from you from this field. There is a long list of honors also. You are honorary fellow of Sigma Academy of Photography in India, Excellence Service of United States Photographic Alliance USA, honorary fellow of Swan Photo Club International USA. You're master of Indian Visual Arts Foundation India, honorary fellow of Image College Society USA, and honorary fellow of Pascal English School and Greek School, Photographic Club, Cyprus. There are more important titles from the World Photography Union. Your Excellence de Fédération Internationale de l'Art Photographique, and Fellow of Federation of Indian Photography, India. There's also a long list where you have served as a jury member for photo art, for FIP Grand International Digital Circuit many times, for Miracle Image International Salon. There are many judges written from International Salon of Fine Art Photography, India. You did it many, many times. And for Bengal Autumn International Circuit, Papyrus Circuit India, and BPA All India Digital Photography Salon. It is too much to count them all.
Yes.
And there is paper published A paper on topic surreal photography, symbolic use and interpretation. It is published in 10th International Photographic Conference 2014, organized by Photographic Association of Dum. You're a lecturer in workshops. You make workshop on digital pictorial photography, organized by Indian Statistical Institute. A workshop of difficult art and creative photography. You did it several times. And workshop on digital post-processing. That is the last and newest. Many exhibitions and many awards are on your list too. You are awarded with the Academy Award from State Letted Color Academy, gold in PX3, Prix de la Photographie Paris. You got silver in the same contest and gold medal in International Photographic Saloon Asahi Shimbun, Japan. Goldberg in Trierenberg Super Circuit, and I know how special that is. That is a lot, and we have high expectation, and we are really curious what we may see from really such a famous and well-educated personality in photography. It is really special, and we will enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you very much. Friends, you know, we are publishing DCC e-bulletin for last 4 months. And today's January edition will be launched by our Chief Advisor, Sri Anil Risar Singh sir. Over to Anil Risar Singh sir.
Thank you, Mukesh ji. I'm sharing my screen.
Yes,
Friends, namaskar and hello, and welcome to this master class by DCC. Can you see this?
Yes, sir. We are seeing the screen.
So, I am honored to release the e-bulletin of Dhanbad Camera Club, January 2022. And first of all, I'll like to show you the front page in full, and then I'll increase the size. So this is the cover of January's e-bulletin. This is the fourth issue, and every month some sort of new features you will find in this bulletin. This is the officials of Dhanbad Camera Club. We all know these persons. And this is President's message, where he emphasized about using of masks, taking COVID precautions. It's a must these days. It has started spreading again, so we must take all the precautions. And mask is the must. So, and he also written about the last workshop at Bhutan Monastery Management. So this is about President page, and now the club activities during December 2021. On December 12th, 9th, CVA DCC Master Class. It was conducted by well-known landscape photographer from Kausani, Uttarakhand, my friend Trish Kapoor, and these are some screenshots. And it was very nice gesture on part of DCC to confer upon the associateship of Dhanbad Camera Club upon Mr. Trish Kapoor. So it's very nice. And these are some of the screenshots of the December bulletin, DCC bulletin. And now, friends, This is information about these pages having the information and images about the first CVA travel photography workshop at Bodh Gaya. Bodh Gaya is very important Buddhist place, and it was held at the Bike Niranjana Resort, and it was inaugurated by the Lama Dorji Wangdal from the Bhutan monastery. And by seeing the pictures, I can imagine it was a very, very successful workshop. So hearty congratulations DCC and Mukesh ji for conducting this workshop at Bodh Gaya. And of course, we'll be sharing some of the pictures taken by the participant. This is by Mr. Thrish Kapoor, the mentor at the workshop. And now Mr. Mukesh Srivastav's images, also a mentor. Very nice pictures. Mr. Prasanta Kumar Das, the participant. It is always very encouraging to see the images taken by different participants of the workshop in sort of bulletin. So Purbendru Chatterjee's picture, then Anju Misra's 4 images in fact. Pradeep Panda's image, 2 images, then Ruchira Rudra's images, and 2 images by Chetan Kapoor. Really very, very, very nice images. And these are images by Mr. Rakesh Kishore Sahai. Mr. Pradeep Kumar Roy's images. And now, friends, some glimpse in the form of photographs of the inaugural session of this workshop. The Lama ji inaugurating the workshop, Mr. Mukesh Srivastav and Mr. Thrish Kapoor on the either side of the chief guest. And the head Lama was very interested to observe the pictures displayed over there. These are the different achievements by the members of DCC. And I would like to mention here by our advisor, Barbara Smith's achievement. Very remarkable. During the period, she got 49 awards, my God. 34 honorable mention, 15 medals. Out of these, 6 are gold, 2 silver, and 7 bronzes, and 309 acceptances. Marvelous, including 54 new titles, new pictures. Congratulations, hearty congratulations. Remarkable thing. And these are the 2 images which got award in different salons. Then Mr. Mukesh Srivastav's during the month of December. Mr. Mukesh Srivastav got 5 awards. Hearty congratulations. 1 PH Silver, 4 honor mention, and 15 acceptances. Good going. Mr. Shekhar Chatterjee's achievement during the month. Mr. Chatterjee got 35 acceptances and 2 awards, 1 FIP Gold and 1 PH Silver. Hearty congratulations, Mr. Chatterjee. Very nice. And then a good news, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Roy. He was honored with GAPS by the Agile Photographic Society, Bangladesh. Hearty congratulations. Such recognitions are always very encouraging. And article about the legendary photographers who are not with us now. Who can ever be more appropriate than Mr. Benu Sen, the former Secretary General of Federation of Indian Photography and the iconic photographer, a genius photographer in a way. I always feel he lived 10 to 15 years ahead of his time. It was unfortunate we lost Benuda in 2011, but that is the thing beyond our control. And there are some images used, iconic images. You can see by Benuda. We affectionately used to call him Benuda, and I was very close to him, and it was very fortunate on my part. And on the left, this is the mother, the iconic, the very famous picture of by Mr. Ben Hussein. And this is the experimental work. And these are all the different information about Mr. Benuda. And this is another iconic image, Shy. The imagination is everything when you try to make a picture. It is not the equipment, not the technology, but the person who used to make a picture. And this is the third eye. So this is maybe interesting article of the legendary photographers. Activities next month, the 10th CVA DCC Master Class we are having today, and Mr. Swarnendu Ghosh will be the Master of Ceremony. In a couple of minutes, we'll be hearing him. Looking forward to hear from Mr. Ghosh and to learn new techniques by him. And on 6th of February, we'll be having 11th Master Class, and the person who will be taking it is famous product and food photographer from Indore, Mr. Gurdas Dua. So looking forward, Mr. Gurdas Dua, to hear and learn from you on the 6th of February. And these are the photo clicked by the DCC members during December. So I won't read the names, just see you can see the names and enjoy the pictures taken by the different members of Dhanbad Camera Club. Very nice. It takes a lot of labor and time to make such bulletins. And these are the photo clicked during the November by CV and DCC members.
It only mentioned in December, sir. In December.
Okay, okay. Now, this is the membership registration form having all the columns to be filled. The persons who wish to be a member of, all informations are here on this page. And this is the media coverage, another important page. And most of these paper clippings are from the last workshop at Bodh Gaya. Very nice coverage, very nice. It is always good to impart the news about such activities so that the general people can know about these cultural activities. And that's why the coverage in the local newspapers are very, very important aspect, I always feel. So I think this is the last page. And Mukeshji, thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity to release this e-bulletin. Thank you. I'm stop sharing my screen now.
Thank you very much, sir. Now we are anxiously waiting.
If you allow me, Mukesh,
Yeah, please, Barbara.
I would like to show you 2010 was first time I was in India, and I was in, I cannot spell it like you, but Gaya, and I took this figure, and it is every day in my hand and next to my place. So there is long connection to your area. But
Very
it was
good,
a
very
long
good.
time before I started with photography.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I have to come again.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you very much, Barbara, for remembering our area through the image, through the statue of Gautam Buddha, who is the symbol of world peace. Because I have seen there are a lot of religions in the world, but Buddhism is one religion who prays for the world peace. That is the only religion I have seen. And in Bodh Gaya, I'm going for last 12 years, and I'm watching their activities very closely. And that's why I planned the workshop last year. Anyway, now Dhanbad Camera Club organized a national photo contest. The theme was Festivals of India. We try to organize such kind of photo contest with free entry. And this is the second one. One photo contest was done 2 years back. And in this photo contest, around 200 photographers across the country participated, and the total images were around 800. So now I will request our Chief Advisor, Sri Anil Risal Singh sir, to declare the result, for which a lot of people are anxiously waiting. Over to
Okay, Mukeshji. Okay. Once again, I am on the screen, friends. I'm sharing my screen, and yeah, where it has gone. Can you see?
Abhi nahi sir, not now.
Okay.
Yeah, your screen is visible now.
It is visible now, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So this was the National Photo Contest by Dhanbad Camera Club, and as Mr. Mukesh Srivastavaji informed, it has got about 800 pictures by 200 entrants. Very good going. And I have given the responsibility to announce the awards. So the theme was Festivals of India. The first prize winner, Mr. Siddharth P. Rathor. Very nice, very nice. I would rather say it's a little different depiction of the festival. Very nicely taken at the high angle, top angle. So hearty congratulations, Mr. Siddharth, for having the first award. Now, this is his certificate. His prize money will be sent to him in due course of time. And this is the certificate. Very nice certificate designed. The second award goes to Mr. Anupam Rai Chaudhary. I think this is the depiction of Chhat Puja. This is the certificate of second award, which goes to Mr. Anupam Rai Chaudhary. Another very nice picture of the Festival of India. Third prize winner, Mr. Abhijit Kumar Dey. How respectful these people are to the goddess, the deity, depicting the true essence of festivals of our country. The little young girl, how respectful she is there. Very nice depiction, very nice. So third prize went to Mr. Abhijit Kumar Dey, and this is the certificate. And first consolation, there were, I think, 4 consolation prizes were there. The first consolation went to Paramita Nath. This is the certificate, and the second consolation goes to Mr. Rakesh Vilas Rawal, Ganesh Visarjan. Very nice picture. And this is the certificate which will be sent to him. In fact, all the winners. And third consolation prize winner is Sharat Acharya. Another major culture activity showing the movements of. This is the certificate. And now the fourth consolation prize, Shibashish Shah. It may be on the occasion of Eid. People are on the streets to offer the Eid Nawaz because a lot of people are there, and there used to be no place in the mosque. So they used to gather in the open space on the street. This picture got the fourth consolation prize. And this is, yes, it is Eid ul-Fitr. Very happy moment of the festival. Certificate of merit winner, Vikas Das. Full of happiness and emotions. Very nice picture, very nice depiction of, I think this is from the festival Holi, the festival of color. 4 certificates of merits were there. So this is the first. This is the certificate for Mr. Vikas Das. And second certificate of merit goes to Mr. Kaushik Dao. Colorful people gathered for the colorful festival. This is the very essence of our country, India. Unity in diversity. Another certificate of merit goes to Mr. Saikat Chattopadhyay. Very nice atmosphere.
Thank you very much.
Well captured. And this is the certificate. Very funny and very interesting photograph from the Holi festival. Got another certificate of merit by Mr. Chinmoy Bhattacharya. Very different, very nice. This is the certificate. And another, there was a special award, the youngest photographer of the year 2021, and it was Mrityunjay Mahanta. So hearty congratulations, the young photographer Mrityunjay. Keep going the good work. And this is the certificate. It will be sent to Mrityunjay. So this is all about the national contest organized by Dhanbad Camera Club on the theme Festival of India. And I wish to heartily congratulate Dhanbad Camera Club and its president for organizing such type of the activities to encourage people to take interest in photography. So this is all about the contest, and this is the information about the next master class, which will be on 4th of February by Mr. Gurdas Dua. So this is all. Thank you so very much. And as it is mentioned over here, the prize money and the Eid certificates will be sent to the winners within a week's time. So now I am stop sharing and over to Mr. Mukesh Srivastava.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Once again, congratulations to all the winners. Now the time has come for which we are awaiting for almost the last half an hour. And now it is time for our master of this master class, Sri Swarnendu Ghosh. So over to Swarnendu da. Now it is your time, and we will see and we will learn very patiently about the techniques of post processing. So over to you, Swarnendu. You can share your screen.
Yeah, thank you, Mukeshji. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, please. Any issue?
It's going to security for sharing screen. Let me check.
Yeah.
Let me share.
Yeah,
See-
your screen is visible now.
Okay. Okay, so okay, so I would like to show few of the techniques for better processing portraits, not only fashion portraits. It can be any kind of portrait. Okay, it may be a studio portrait of your daughter or any model, or maybe your travel portrait, or casually taken any portrait, not only the fashion portrait. Okay, but yes, for few things that I will show, which is required only for fashion portrait. Okay, so before I jump into the processing of portraits, for those who are new, uh, who don't know me and don't know about my photographs, I would like to take few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, to show some of my photographs, which is kind of different, which is not actually fashion photography. Those are, you can say, altered reality or surreal photographs.
Sure. Please carry on.
Okay. Let me show few of my images.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Mind blowing creativity.
Very nice, sir. Very nice. Unbelievable. Thanks for sharing.
I think most of the images are awarded gold in past.
Yeah, most of the images are awarded.
Yes.
Okay. Now
Thank
let
you very much for sharing all your surreal images, because this is the ultimate creativity in post processing. Thank you very much, Sunanda.
Thank you, Kashi. Thank you. Now, what we will cover today. The first thing is I will spend 1 or 2 minutes in Adobe Camera Raw. Okay, so maybe most of the people who works with digital photography knows what Adobe Camera Raw is. But again, I'll take few minutes to explain few features which will actually help you to increase your editing process for the uh, you know portrait photography. Okay, then next I will explain the liquify option. Okay, there is a option in filter gallery which is liquify. Okay, through which we how we can sculpt portrait. Okay, existing portrait. Then the most important thing I will show today is frequency separation. Is one of the ultimate technique through which you can actually retouch your fashion portrait. Then traditional dodging and burning, how we can do it in a non-destructive way for color portrait. And then I'll show something to show you how we can achieve shallow depth of field even it is not shot like that. Okay, maybe your background is not that much blurred or bokeh, but if you want for your fashion portrait or any portrait you want it to be blurred, okay, in a very smart way, then this technique will help you. Then the last I will take a few minutes to apply few of these techniques for editing black and white portrait. Okay, so I'll not take much of time here. I will readily jump into Photoshop. Okay. I have taken few stock images. One image I took from Mukeshji. One image I took from free internet. Okay, there are a few sites where free photographs are there. From there I took one image to show the black and white process, and some of my image to show you, the fashion portrait retouching technique. Okay, the first thing I do, I'll drag Mukeshji's one of the fashion portrait to Photoshop. Okay, so whenever you open one raw image, okay, I would, if there are very new to photography, some people I know are very new to photography here, who has joined today's workshop. I'd recommend you to always shoot in RAW, okay, because RAW is our digital negative. That's the way we call it, okay, because it has lots of information that lacks in JPEG. Now, when you open it in Photoshop, if it is raw, then it first open Adobe Camera Raw. Okay. From here, what you can do, you can control so many things over here. Okay. For this photograph, like temperature, then tint, then exposure, contrast, highlights. So I can see there is this photograph is little underexposed. Okay. So I can increase the exposure. Okay, but if you make it way too high, okay, then you can see that so many places are getting overexposed, right? So to control that, we have, other some other sliders. Okay, like you can control with these sliders like highlights and shadows, whites and blacks. Okay, what highlight can do? It can, take only highlighted portion of the image and changes the parameter over there. Okay, now if you want to change the parameters, or like you want to underexpose or overexpose the shadow part of it, then you can control with this. Okay, this shadow part. What is black and white is kind of highlight and shadow, but it takes in different way. I'll not go much deeper, okay, into it. But if you are interested, you can always search some YouTube videos to learn more about what are these sliders are. Okay, now after basics, the most interesting thing in Adobe Camera Raw is the color mixer palette. Okay, so from here you can if you think that the skin tone is not proper, then you can fix it from here. Okay, now you can see this the skin tone is getting changed, right? Okay, sometimes we get skin tones like little bit greenish or purplish. That can be fixed from here. Okay, like from these sliders. And also this is for hue. Okay, then the saturation, you can control the saturation as well. If you want to more saturation in the yellow pixels, then you can always go up for the yellow. And if you want to saturate red, then you can always make it up to make it more saturated. Like here you can see the leaves are red, right? So if I go way too high in the leaf, then it will red, then it will highlight the red color. It will pump up the red. Okay, like that only. So this is the very basic of Adobe Camera Raw. From here, you can do so many things. Okay, like we have another option from here. Okay, you can save some of your settings and apply. Okay, like this. Let me go. Let me apply one of this. Okay, you can see, right? It's getting changed, right? Now, if you apply it, okay, now again you can, sorry, go back to your basics and adjust few things like exposure, okay, then highlights, maybe blacks. Like that, you can control your colors whichever way you want to give to your photographs. Okay, so I will not take any one photograph and show it end to end, because it will take some time. I will show you some tips and tricks through which you can actually get benefited. Okay, now I'm canceling it. Next topic, I'll go to the next topic. What is there? Liquify option for portrait sculpting. Let me open one of my stock image from here. Let's do it. While I'm showing you, if you have any questions, you can always ask me. If you can see, I am going to filter, then liquefy option. Okay. Let me open it. Okay. So you can see when I opened it, it's showing few dots and lines and circles, right? So actually it detected the human face over here and trying to give you the best thing that Photoshop can give you. Okay. Now we have several options over here. Okay. It was not there earlier in the Photoshop. Okay. Now in the latest few editions, Adobe has introduced this type of flexibility. Okay. Now what it can do, let me start from eyes. Okay. The eye distance, if I increase it, then you can see that eye is, you can actually control the distance of your eye. Okay. Now the other thing, like if you want to apply something for both the eyes, then press this chain below. Okay, it will actually chain both of your eyes. Okay, if you want something to happen in your left eye and not to your right eye, then don't press it. If you press it, then it will equally do something for you. Okay, you can see the eye size is increasing or decreasing, right? Like eye height, you can always change it. Now the other thing, so there are a few options for eyes, and for mouth also we have few options, like it's looks like it's not smiling, but if you want a tint of smile, what can you do? You can just increase the slider and it will smile for you. Okay, you can see, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a very convenient way to edit basics of the portrait. Okay. Now you can change the mouth height. Okay. Mouth width also. You can make it smaller. You can make it bigger. Okay, whatever you want. Nowadays models are doing it prosthetically, right? They're changing the lip thickness with some synthetic things, but we can do it in Photoshop in one slider. Okay, that's a very convenient way. Now if you think this forehead is too much big, okay, then you can make it smaller. Okay, you can make it smaller and you can make it bigger with this slice. Okay, now even the face width, you can make it smaller, you can make it roundish. Okay. So there are so many options here which you can play with. Okay, this is one of the basic thing that Photoshop is offering us. For fashion portrait, it is very much convenient to use this, because for eyes and lips, and also for the mouth shape, it's very much what to say, very much adding value for us who is editing fashion photograph day in and day out. Okay. Now again, I am canceling it. I'm not going to apply anything from here. Okay. So that was the basic of liquefy. Okay. Now let me go to pages. What is there? So we have covered first two. Next, we will cover frequency separation. Okay. So what is frequency separation? So for any portrait, okay, we can treat it as a combination of two frequencies. Okay, one is texture of the skin of your model, and another is the color of the model. Color means the various colors over the face of the portrait. Okay, not only the face, maybe it's some torso area, maybe in neck or shoulders. Okay, for whichever color is there, that we can treat as another frequency. Okay, so now what we can see in one single layer, only one frequency, the combination of two. This is the combination of texture and color that makes one photograph. Okay, means portrait. Okay, now for editing purpose, we will separate it out. Okay, then control it whichever way we want to. Okay, how we can do that and why we will do this. Okay, now for say, let me zoom it. Now you can say in this area, okay, this area there is a there's a patch, right, a dark circle. So for fashion photography, we would like to, remove these dark circles and make it more like, fashion models looks like, right? So how can we do it? If you try to make it a very easy way, we can do it like, we can go here. There is patch tool. Okay. We have selected this area. We can take from brighter area and place it. Okay. It will give some of the patches removed, some of the colors removed, but that you can see the texture. Let me zoom it again. Okay, the texture is not matching, right? The texture in the under eye is not similar to is not the way it should be, right? It's because it's took it from the cheek. The cheek texture of the cheek and texture of the just under eye area is not same. So this technique actually will not give you any better result. Okay. So what the first thing we will do for frequency separation, we'll just duplicate the background layer and call it low, the low frequency one. Then again, duplicate the layer. I'm showing it from screen so that you can follow. If I, use shortcut, maybe you will not be able to follow. That's why I'm showing it from screen. And let me rename it as high. Okay. And group it as so I have removed the visibility of this high layer. Okay, you can see now the low one. Okay, so what I will do with it, like I will go to filter, then go to blur, then Gaussian blur. We will apply some amount of Gaussian blur over here. So what amount of Gaussian blur we will introduce here? So not too much like this. No, we will not apply like that. We'll apply the Gaussian blur just to make the sharp lines little blur, okay, like this much, or maybe little more, okay. Okay, so these will work as our color frequency, okay. Next, we will apply we'll go to image, then apply image, okay. Now, one thing, here we'll choose from layer, we'll choose low. Low means here the low frequency layer, okay, because these calculations or this process will be applied on this low frequency, okay, low frequency layer, okay. If I simply say that it will take value from this particular layer and apply some process to this high frequency layer, okay. Now it is selected as subtract, okay, we'll go for subtract. By default it might be some other thing, but we'll go for subtract, okay. And then remember these two values. Scale would be 2 and offset would be 128, okay. That's it. So it will look like kind of high pass filter. It is actually a high pass filter, but it is applying not on this particular layer, but the layer below it, like low, the layer which is named as low, okay. Now I'm going to apply this. Now what I'll do, I'll go here and apply linear light, okay. Clear, right? Now if you see, if I zoom out a little bit, okay, we haven't done anything to this image yet, because if I remove the visibility of this particular group and it shows background, it's just same, okay. So whatever we have done, we just separated out these in two frequency. One is high frequency, one is low frequency, okay. Now the actual work will be started, okay. How we can do that? The first thing we'll do, okay, we'll take one mixer brush, okay. Now for mixer brush, this option, okay, what is this option? Like clean the brush after each stroke. This should be active, okay, because whenever we will apply mixer brush, it will get dirty and it shows here, okay. Now whenever you will apply, it will automatically clean for you and it will always be clean for you, okay. Now for the settings, by default you will see that wet, load and mix and flow are kind of nearly same, tend to be like 100 or 80 or something like that, okay. But for this kind of editing, like frequency separation editing, okay, we will set these brushes as like near 25, okay. Maybe it's 22, 24, 24, 24. You can do it like 25, 25, 25, 25 for all the four parameters over here, okay. Now when you are set with these configurations, you will start applying the mixing, okay. What you will do first, I'm just applying this brush little bit, okay. What actually this mixture brush do, it actually takes pixels from all around and takes an average and tries to apply there, okay. Now it's actually mixing it, okay. You can see here some amount of whitish thing is there, some reddish thing is there. If I actually blend it, okay, like it's actually work as a blender, okay. If you are into fashion photography, okay, really want to do some fashion photography stuff, then before retouching, okay, trying to learn retouching, you need to know basics of makeup, what actually models or fashion makeup artists do for their makeup, okay. They applies what do you say, first concealer, then they apply what to say, there are so many things that I really can't remember, but they after applying those, they tries to blend it, okay. Look here, just here, what it will do. Here you can see one scars is there, right? So when I will apply it, scars is no more, okay. Here there is one kind of small pimple is there. I'm blending it, the pimple is gone, but the texture is there because at the top of this layer, there is low frequency layer, there is a high frequency layer, which actually preserves the texture, okay. So that's why whenever I am lower layer, which is the color layer of your portrait, okay, it's not doing anything with your texture, okay. Now see, I'm not going to do everything for this photograph because we have hardly 15 minutes left, okay. So just what I wanted to show you, like before and after of this particular portion where I applied, is like it was earlier like that, and now this, okay. So more you spend mixing this skin very gradually, not with taking time, it will be more closer to your actual skin, okay, the fashion portrait skin, okay? But if you overdo it, it will look like plastic, okay, plastic thing. But don't overdo anything. I will recommend you to do it in a very soft and subtle manner, so that your portraits doesn't look like made of plastic, okay. Now what we have seen is like the what it does with the low frequency. The high frequency one is to change anything in the in your texture, okay. So now if I go, if I zoom it a little bit and go here, okay, now you can see these two lines are there, right? So you can fix it from here. I'm not sure whether I have. Now what I'll do, I'll take one spot healing tool, okay. Now try to heal it with this. to remove wrinkles. Okay. Don't overdo it, just a little bit. Okay. Now again, if I go for before after, you can see there was wrinkles just below the eyes. Now I have removed it. Okay. Like that, you can do it. So next I will jump into dodging and burning. Okay. I'm not sure if Mukesh ji are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it is overshooted by 15 minutes, then it's okay, or
You can take your time because we are having at least 45 minutes for you.
okay, then it's fine.
5 minutes, but you can continue.
Okay, fine. Next, what I will do, I will go for dodging and burning. So dodging and burning is it's a very traditional thing that we do. We have one tool like here, which will actually helps us to dodge and burn. There is a tool for dodging and one for burning, right? But we will not use these two tools. Okay, what we will do, we'll create some layers to actually dodge and burn. And with the dodge and burn, what you can achieve, will show you. Okay. Now I'm creating one layer here. From here, you can create a fresh layer. Okay. Or maybe we'll not create like that. Okay. Just we'll create one adjustment layer with curves. Okay. Now for these, for this particular layer, I'm making the curve down to make it a little bit darker, and we'll name it as burn. Okay, B-U-R-N, burn. Then again we will take another layer. Now this for this one layer, we have taken one adjustment layer. Okay, so beauty of adjustment layer is like it's not doing anything with your actual image. Okay, it's applying on top of your actual image. Okay, if you remove it, okay, it will be there always. Okay, now this is just kind of adjustment layer, and if you if you see my cursor, okay, so it's just pointing out to the white portion of this. Okay, this portion is the key thing for applying the layer as you want. Okay, how you can do that? For to do that, you take the black layer. Okay, this one, this is entirely black because it's 0000 hex code. Okay, I'm pouring this black to here. Okay, there are other way to make it black. Okay, but I'm taking this easier way. Okay, so that you can remember. Okay, now this is same as the way it was there. Like if you on off the visibility, it's same. Okay, but it's there for it will help us to burn this image wherever I need. Okay, similarly I'll create another layer with curves. Now this time I will make it that much of dodging. Okay, so this layer will be used for dodging. The earlier one was for burning, and this layer is for dodging. Okay, so for that I made it up for this curvature. Okay, then I will name this curve as dodge. Now again I will apply black to it. Okay, now I will group it together. Okay, DB. Now what I will do, Now select this dodge layer. Okay. Now again, what I will do, I'll take one brush, which is soft one. Okay. The hardness is 0 and size will change according to our need. Okay. Now, by pressing the third braces in your keyboard, you can make it bigger or smaller depending on you are pressing closing one or opening one. Okay. Now you can see this layer is black. To apply anything, okay, anything, let me do it. The opacity is 100, flow is 100. What it will do, let me show you. Okay, if I apply this brush, is what it is doing actually, it's revealing this dodge layer. Okay, now you can see it just looks like it's some ray has fallen on this skin. Okay, so this layer we will use to dodge the skin. Okay, and for this layer we will use for burn the skin. Okay, so for dodging we'll make the flow like 10 or 12. You can also make it lower. Okay, more precise your flow is, like precise means smaller your flow is, you will need more time and it will be perfect. Okay, and more your flow, then it will take lesser amount of time, but it will not be perfect. What it is, what I am trying to say is, like if it is 100%, then it will be like this. Okay, now if it is 25, it will be like this. Okay, smaller amount. Okay, then if it is 1%, it is almost nothing, right? 8% is little bit more. The dodging is, providing. So I will go back now, start applying dodge wherever I need. Okay, so where I need dodging, here. Where's here? Something is happening. What is that? Just give me a moment. Some brush settings is not working properly.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Please change mode. It's a difference mode.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Should be normal. Okay.
Sorry for that, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for helping me out, because I was not able to understand what is happening. Yeah. Now, if I just do one before after, you can see this amount of sculpting we have done. Okay. So like that, you can apply this first. Okay, your dodging burning technique. Then you can apply your frequency separation technique to take care of under eyes or something like that. And dodging burning technique, for dodging burning technique, one of the most important thing is like, contouring the fashion portrait. How to do that? Okay, just we will dodge this area, this forehead and nose is called T-zone. Okay, now if I do it like this, it will get some highlights. Okay, here in chin, in cheek area, and this portion of upper lip, little bit, very little. Okay, and here also. And for burning, we have to gradually burn this jaw area to get some depth. Okay. Both side of the noses to make it more sharper. The way you want to sculpt it actually. Maybe some portion of here. Okay. Now if I go for one before after, you will see the changes. Okay, then another thing, which is one of the most important thing is like eye. Okay, so here we'll dodge some of the portion to make it more brighter. I'm just showing you the techniques you can apply wherever you need. And I will burn few places like around the iris to make it more prominent. Okay, and maybe the portions where actually eyeliner or kajals are applied. Here also. Okay. Now if I do some before after, it would be like this. And if you need more light to your iris, what you can do, you can just create another layer. Okay, take white color. Okay, just like okay. Let me take flow and opacity like this. Okay, like this. Whatever you are doing here in your left eye, try to do similar thing in your right eye. Okay. Now after this, what you can do, you can change the blend mode. Okay. Maybe some overlay or soft light. Okay. If I apply soft light, you can see if I go for before after, there's a light in her eyes, right? And if you think it is too much, there is looking, you know, some very odd, then always you can change the opacity. Okay, you can control this. Okay, just like this. Okay, like 72 is looking perfect. Now you can see, sorry. Now if I do before and after, it's like this. Okay. Now the last thing is, like, we have seen how frequency separation is applied, how dodging burning in color portrait is applied. Now what I will do, I'll show you how to apply depth of field to your photograph if it is it doesn't have the shallow depth of field but you want it. Okay, how to do that. Let me close this. I will take another photograph. Okay. So just duplicate this layer. Okay. Now go to your filter menu. There is one menu, sub menu called convert for smart filters. Okay, we will apply some smart filter over here. What is smart filter? Smart filter is something like you can apply the filter, and anytime if you wish, you can change the parameters of your filter. It's not like some other filters, when it's applied, it's not changeable. It's not like that. You can always configure the your filter whenever you need it. Okay, required. Now what we will do, we'll apply. We'll go to, again, go to filter, then go to blur gallery. Okay, from blur gallery we'll choose Irish blur. Okay, now again you can see that there's an amount of blur already there. Okay, if you want to increase, you can increase it. Okay, like that. Okay? And these are the points which will give you, you know, the control to apply your blur, the portion you want to make it blur. Okay, now we will not apply that much of blur. Let make it little less. Okay, now if you press option key from your keyboard, from Windows I think it would be control, I think. You can experiment. Okay, now you can move these points. Okay, these are actually the points which helps you to apply blur. What is this Irish blur is like, the blurred amount, you can see this 33 pixels. Okay, so the amount is 33. From here to here it's always 33. Now these are the points. Okay, this is, again, we can imagine one ellipse over here. Up to this point from the center, it's zero blur. Okay, now from 0 to here, like the greater boundary, it applies 0 to 33. Like here might be 15, or here might be 20, like that only. Okay, so from 0 to 33 it tries to apply over here, then from there it always applies 33, and inside these 4 points, if you imagine one ellipse over here, it's always sharp. That means blur is 0. Okay, Now, if you want more gradually to be, you want to apply blur, you can always, increase the radius and decrease this inner radius. Okay, you can make it round or ellipse or something like that, and even you can use another point for making blur. Okay, so if you think that his face you needs to make sharper, then beyond that it would be blurred. Okay, if something like he is holding something, but you can see if he is holding something in his hand, like in this position, but you want this position to be, make it sharp, you can always create one point with this. Okay, like this. Okay, it's created one point, but we are not going to do that because it's not holding anything. Okay, so I have pressed delete, and just there is only one point. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll refine it a little bit. Okay. Then apply blur. Okay. Now you can see, right? This image has been, blur has been applied, and it's getting its required depth of field, right? Now what we will do, we will go to color 2. We'll jump into color from color to black and white. Okay. With this, we will show how we can apply some of the techniques we have already learned for this picture to make it a good appealing portrait. Okay. For that, first thing what I will do is, like, I will create one adjustment layer. Okay, adjustment layer with you can do it like black and white. Okay, or you can also select one hue saturation layer, and you can make your saturation very less, like 0 or something. Then it will again become black and white. Okay, but better would be black and white. Okay, why I called it better, I'll show you. Okay. Yeah, so here you can see that whenever you are applying a black and white layer, okay, black and white, if you know that it is a combination of red, yellow, and green channels, and along with that we have cyan, blue, and magentas. Okay, now what you can do, you can choose your parameters. Okay, from here, and you can experiment with it. Okay, whatever you need. Okay, if you think that after applying this, the highlights is looking very chalky, then you can control it from here. Okay, now you can adjust it like YOLO is 6, then it would be better. Then it's better. It is not that always if you make it 6, then it will be adjusted your chalky portion. No, nothing like that. You have to control your own image according to its need. Okay, now, like in green you will not find anything, because there is no pixels actually affecting your green channel. Maybe in some photographs you can find that your green channel is doing something you needed actually. Okay, now if you change the red portion, it's changing, right? Now if you're fine, we can take it like these amount of configurations applied to these channels and proceed. Okay, now what I'll do, your black and white layer is there. Now I will create another layer. Okay, this layer I will apply some black color into the photographs in the your background. Okay, so it is optional. If you feel like what is happening, it's okay. Okay, if you feel it is not required, then you need not to do that. But for this photograph, I am going to apply a little bit of darker background. Okay, I need little darker background for this. Okay, and in the foreground also I need some, so that the focus goes to here only. Okay, now what I'll do again quickly, what I'll do, I'll go for dodging and burning for this. Okay, curves, I'll call it burn. Then another layer, curves, this for burning. Sorry, dodging. Now for dodging, what I will do to enhance these wrinkles, okay, I'll try to give some depth in this image, okay, to bring out these wrinkles, okay, not everywhere, okay, otherwise again it will look chalky. If you can say that if you make if you adjust the contrast for this image, you can do that. Yes, you can always do that. Okay, there is nothing wrong in that. And again, you can apply some mask to control it. In Photoshop there is nothing wrong or right way to do that. We can do so many things in so many ways. Okay, one thing, there is no particular rule to do it in any one way. Okay, so what I will try to do here is quickly just to show you how we can get greater depth. We can again apply some dodging, okay, and burning. Okay, burning for burning. What I'll do, I'll try to enhance these wrinkles. In the eye area, okay, to give some depth. It's kind of painting. You need to know where to dodge and where to burn. Otherwise, otherwise you'll lose control of it. Okay, if you think that you have overdone it, the thing is like this kind of adjustment layer. I'm doing it like something like this has happened. Okay, now you can always go back. How can you do it? You can take your black brush, make it little bit bigger, okay, then you can erase it, okay, like this. Okay, now again I'll go to white brush and do something. Okay, I want to dodge his lips, okay. Now again, dodge burn. Now for his eyes, I want to make another layer, okay, where again, in a similar way, I will apply little bit of, highlight. I'll change it to soft light or overlay. Soft light would be better, okay. Now I will take you can see that. Now if I go for before and after, it will be like this, okay. It was quite flat. Now after dodging and burning, it's like this, okay. And if I go before and after for entire image, then it was like that. And now this is the final result. But if you can spend more time with your dodging and burning for these wrinkles and these things, these highlights and eyes, then it will be, it will look more appealing. Okay. So that's it. That's it from my side. I hope that whoever joined actually got benefited with these techniques. I hope you will apply some of these techniques in future, not only in your fashion portrait, but also any people shot like this or travel portrait like this. Hope you have enjoyed. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Swarnendu. Very so simply we have explained, particularly the you can say dodging, burning, and this use of frequency separation, because frequency separation is the best method for any portrait, for any fashion portrait or any female portrait. It is the best thing Photoshop has got the quality.
Exactly.
The way you have also explained some features of liquify, because liquify also we can change the shape and size of lips, nose.
Feature, I think, Mukeshji, that's a very, very useful feature that most of us don't know.
Yeah, even in 2021, they have added some more features like selection of the object very easily. You can select an object. So there are a lot of new features added in 2021-22. So that's fine. In fact, Photoshop is an ocean, and everyone can have his own way of doing. But to know how to do it is a must for everyone. And the way you have explained, particularly how to edit any kind of portrait, maybe a character portrait, maybe a fashion portrait, maybe even landscape or even architecture, these whole methods can be applied for any kind of images.
Yeah.
And thank you very much, Swarnendu. Actually, we were waiting for this kind of session for quite long. And finally, we achieved it. And I think my members are very happy today. Very happy today. We may जिसको बोलते हैं ना कि दिल मांगे मोर. So this kind of feeling is arising today with you. That dil mange more. If required, we will definitely request you once again on some new topic of.
Sure, Mukeshji. Because what I thought to cover some more topics. Okay, but
no, the way you have covered the techniques, because people want to know the technique. They don't want to see the complete process.
Yeah.
Once you show complete process, the people will forget it tomorrow morning itself.
Exactly.
So the technique must be known, and then you can use it, because Photoshop and post processing is always a trial and error method. There is no fixed.
Even whatever I have actually demonstrated, people will not be able to remember because it's too much technical. Okay, so I would recommend them to go through the recording again if they need it.
I am doing recording, that's why. And the recording is always shared on this platform, that CVA DCC WhatsApp group. We share the recording also. And even from in the next bulletin, I will try to give the link on the bulletin also. Hyper link on the bulletin. Because actually for bulletin, I'm trying hard to learn how to publish a bulletin. I was not knowing anything about it. So in last 2-3 months, I have attempted and I have improved a lot. Now still I am yet to learn how to put hyperlink to any word or any sentence. This I will be able to do it next time, definitely. So thank you very much, Swarnendu, and क्या कहें, आज मेरा दिल बहुत खुश हो गया आपको बहुत दिनों बाद पढ़ाते हुए देख के, because I know a lot of Photoshop teachers, but you are a truly teacher, because of the way you, with the simplicity you teach, and it goes inside the brain and the heart, and that is the best thing I have experienced with you during last 2 workshops I have attended.
Exactly.
Okay. Although I could not do much on surreal art, but anyway, I learned a lot. That is my weakness. I could not do a lot. And I think Aditya Agarwal hai?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm here.
Sir, it was also your request to post-process the black and white image, and Swarnendu has done it. We'd like to listen a few words from you, sir. But because you are the master of dodging and burning.
Now, I have always appreciated surreal images of Swarnendu, and they are so marvelous.
Yes.
I really feel very sorry that FIAP and some other international authorities have sort of made some embargo on their being included in the general category of pictures. They have simply said one line that only when there is a special theme for those pictures, only then they can be shown there. That is something I feel very bad, because the pictures are so surreal and so enlightening to the heart and mind. I have myself used some of his pictures, Swarnendu Ghosh's pictures. He was kind enough to give me permission to show those pictures in my webinar. But yes, I have always appreciated his pictures and the quality that he imparts in his pictures.
Sir, just a minute, sir. Including one picture made by me after learning the technique from Swarnendu.
Yes, I included that also. I included that also. When you told me that you have also done it, I said, okay, let that also come. And anyway, today, Swarnendu has shown very nicely in simple words how to do this frequency separation and dodging and burning. And as he himself said, there are various ways to do dodging and burning through layers, through these curves, naming one as low and highlight and another burning and dodging. But the best part of it is that he has used very simple words to make others, even beginners, understand how these simple techniques of dodging and burning can be done. And of course, it requires a lot of time and efforts to master any technique for that matter. So even this method of dodging burning will require some practice for most of the photographers. But yes, they are. The DCC President Mukesh Srivastava for making available this opportunity to so many others, photographers. We are all photographer friends to learn something if they can. I think I also learned something new. Thank you, Swarnendu Ghosh.
Yeah, thanks, Aditya.
Thank you very much, sir. Any member wants to say something? Ahmad Russell, will you feel like saying something?
I want to say a very simple word. After seeing the workshop, I feel I know nothing about Photoshop.
It's not like that. अजीत जोशी जी, कैसा लगा आज का सेशन?
बढ़िया बढ़िया। मुझे एक सवाल पूछने का था साहब जी, क्या इफ यू परमिट मी?
फील फ्री।
स्वानंदु जी, मुझे एक आपको सवाल पूछने का है। I'm also doing it, dodging and burning with the help of the layer. Is there any difference between you can say the camera raw curve and the Photoshop curve with respect to dodging and burning? No doubt it affects in the camera raw, it affects directly on the image. Here it affects on the layer.
Yeah.
So is there any different technique or different, you can say the method to do it in the camera raw?
No, see, camera raw is for basic editing before you actually start editing in Photoshop. Okay, so if you see the raw is a digital negative, right? So if you see some flaws in negative, okay, then you can fix it then and there to there. Okay, but also you can apply few of the things, say, the way you want, like in some portion maybe you want to dodge, or some portion maybe you want to burn. Okay, so that's the obvious thing that we would like to do, but it's doing it there in Adobe Camera Raw is kind of difficult, little bit difficult. Okay? So better to adjust few basic things in Adobe Camera Raw, then jump into Photoshop itself and take the layers and try to dodge and burn there itself. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Because opacity features helps a lot.
Yes.
After doing something in the layer, you can change the opacity and you can control as per your use.
Actually, I wanted to ask what is the difference between the curve of the camera raw and the curve of the Photoshop?
Yeah.
Basically, I don't think there is much difference. Okay, but I am not sure. Maybe there's some technical thing is there, but I am not aware of it. I have to read it somewhere. Okay.
Mukesh ji, I want to add something here.
Sure, sir. Please.
And I hope that Swarnendu will agree.
Yes.
See, nowadays the authorities of international photography, they have laid down certain parameters for different sectional images, like for open color, open mono, or for travel or nature or wildlife. So here and photojournalism. So here they want the honesty of the image. If we do something in the camera raw itself, then we don't possess anymore the real image taken in the camera. But these authorities sometimes want the actual image, the raw image, for authentication or removing doubts in the minds of jury. So I think it is always better to first have the original digital negative, that is the raw, and later on do whatever changes you feel necessary in that Photoshop. So that way you preserve both the original image and also you can make changes as felt necessary by the photographer in the image which will be presented in salons or even otherwise.
Good, sir. Anyone
Yeah,
wants to?
Mr. Swarnendu, do you agree?
Yeah, Aditji, always raw is proves the authenticity of that image.
Exactly, that's why.
So keeping that in that way would be better. If it is required to produce somewhere, then you can always produce it, okay, as a proof that it's authentic image, that you haven't tampered with anything like that.
Exactly. And another thing, while doing, while applying changes in the camera raw, if something goes wrong, then I will have no other recourse to rectify. But if we have the original camera raw in our hand, in Photoshop, we can make 100 copies and make changes according to our requirement. And if we feel it is not up to the mark, we can discard it and start again from zero.
To some extent, Aditji, I will not say that it's true, because even if you apply something on Adobe Camera Raw for your raw image, okay, it takes it creates another file, okay, which is called XMP.
Okay. Yes.
So there they tries to gather all the configuration, all the changes you have made to that particular file. Okay, your Adobe Camera Raw, your Camera Raw image remains untouched.
Untouched.
Okay, if that is so, then there is no problem. If the XMP is available in the camera raw also, it's fine then.
Yeah. So if you delete the XMP and again,
yeah, you get back to the original raw.
Yes.
Yes. Whenever we edit in camera raw, a second file is created in the same folder, so we can always go back.
Yeah.
Particularly HEPA, they want the raw images along with the processed images. So in HEPA, if you are doing so much editing, it will not go through, because they will compare with the raw image. But I don't think any other photo contest platform they ask for raw images while applying for the contest. Anyway, thank you very much, Ananda. Definitely, I will again repeat it, Dil Mange More, and once again we will request you to come to this platform, because we have this group is a very large group. It contains around 250 members. Okay, and we started for the first time during pandemic in October 2020. And in first phase, we had international photo webinar where the people like Ricardo Busi, Ionis, and so many people, they came to this platform and they presented their works. After April 2021, we changed this concept. Now we are calling it a master class. Master class means ki learning. The expert will come here and they will give some learning sessions. So that's why we are continuing. And I think March will be the last. Maybe from the April 2022, we may think of going for some new concept, because always change is better to make the members of this group very alive and very enthusiastic, because same thing is repeated, then they may feel saturated. So we are thinking to go for some new concept from the month of April 2022. Thank you once again very much, Swarnendu. We are very happy. Now I request our treasurer Subarna Banerjee to give vote of thanks. Over to Subarna Banerjee.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of DCC, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our guest of today's webinar, Mr. Swarnendu Ghosh. Thank you, sir, for giving us an insight about the techniques of post-processing of portraits. It was really very, very interesting and informative presentation. The way you explained was really wonderful. that your images that you showed today, it was, I think, out of this world and very, very surreal. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful presentation. I would also like to extend my gratitude for our eminent personalities who are present here today in today's webinar. Mr. Anil Risal Singh, sir, Barbara Smith, ma'am, Mr. Aditya Agarwala, sir, Trish Kapoor, sir, and all the eminent personalities present here. And lastly, I would like to thank all the participants of today's webinar for taking out time from your busy schedule and attending this webinar. And I hope this webinar has been a very, very informative and beneficial one for you. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, Swarnendu, good night. I think it is quite late, 9. It is crossed 9. No issue. And now I have to sit for at least 1 hour to create images and so many things for the media, because now my starts after this session is over. Because I'm very much fond of bringing the news in the media after every webinar session, because that makes the things more presentable. So tomorrow we'll be able to see some in print media, some in electronic media, and I will do that. So after this webinar is over, it takes a minimum 1 hour to 2 hours for me to work here again before I go to sleep. Okay, good night and thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
everybody.
Thank you. Good night, sir.
Good night.